Good Pod Guide. Good Pod Guide, Pod Guide. This is the Good Pod Guide, where you'll be pleased to hear I do no more singing. Instead, I, Lauren Windle, will guide you through the abundance of podcasts out there to help you hone in on your next obsession. I have an ongoing battle with one of my friends because I don't give all of my attention to a film when it's on. I like to do something that I call dual screening. Actually, I don't think I call it that. I think that might be an actual phrase, but it makes it sound a lot more official than it actually is, because it's basically just me playing Candy Crush on my phone whilst I'm watching a film, which also discounts films with subtitles. And this drives him bloody mad. Well, at first I used to ask him questions about the film as it was going, and that used to really annoy him because I wasn't paying attention and would know the answer to that question if I was. But then I learned from that and now just don't fully watch it. And I think he just feels I'm missing out on part of the cinematic experience, which may well be the case, but I am not going to stop doing it. So as such, I'm not the right person really to offer film reviews because I only have like a vague notion of what's gone on the film. But some people who can tell you a lot about films are the presenters. Do you like that little segue I did there? The presenters of today's podcast, which is the Cine-Files. This is a total film buffs podcast. It doesn't review as such the film, but they talk about their objective and they discuss trivia and production history and themes and legacy in the industry. They go into such detail. It's like a deep dive into the making of these big name movies. Like, for example, did you know that Stanley Kubrick was obsessed with making actors retake scenes? Maybe you did, maybe you didn't, maybe you didn't care. If you didn't care, then this podcast, and in fact this review, is probably not for you, and you're welcome to turn off now. But if you did, as you were, it's pretty technical. So you will have to really be interested to listen. They sometimes have special guests in who have a connection to the film, which is pretty cool. It's hosted by filmmaker and directing instructor. I don't know if a directing instructor is just a director or like somebody who instructs directors. I'm not really sure what that is. But anyway, his name is Steve Morris, and also voiceover artist John Rosher. If you're going to listen to it, definitely start with a film you love and are genuinely interested in. That is kind of the difference between being on the edge of your seat here and, subjecting yourself to a total snooze fest. We were big fans of Back to the Future, 300 and The Adventures of Robin Hood, but hey, don't let us at the Good Pod Guide sway you. Pick a movie you love. Episodes are 2 hours each, which means that you at times can be listening to their discussion of the film for longer than it would have taken you to watch the film, which I can't say I'm a massive fan of. But this is a detailed breakdown of cult classic movies, and it's not just another bunch of comedians finding the excuse of films to record themselves talking any old crap for an hour and a half. These guys really talk about films without tangents, without attention-seeking attempts at humor. They clearly have a deep understanding of filmmaking and the industry, and they are just an absolute font of film trivia. In the next episode, I talk a bit more about being a drug addict in recovery as we check out Armchair Expert with Dax Shepard. But don't worry, it's not sad or depressing, sort of. For more info on the Good Pod Guide, check out the show notes. Also, like, subscribe, and leave a positive review. It helps us beat the nasty algorithm.